In Venezuela 2016, people traded gold jewelry for toilet paper. During the siege of Sarajevo, a single Bic lighter bought a month's worth of food. And when Texas froze in 2021, I watched my neighbor offer $50 for a handful of zip ties. These aren't random stories. They're proof that when society collapses, the items that become most valuable aren't what you think. And if you don't have them stockpiled before it happens, no amount of money will help you get them after. 1. Disposable lighters. Not matches, not fancy fire starters. Cheap plastic Bic lighters are absolute gold in collapse. Fire is obviously critical, but what people don't grasp is the psychology of reliable instant fire at your fingertips. During 2014 wilderness training in Montana, midwinter, everything wet and frozen, the guy beside me had an expensive magnesium fire starter, took 45 minutes getting fire going. I pulled out a 99-cent Bic. Flames in 2 seconds. That's when it clicked. In real emergencies, you don't mess with complicated gear when you're cold, scared, and exhausted. Lighters are sealed units. Unlike matches ruined by humidity or ferro rods requiring skill and dry tinder, lighters work in almost any condition. The fuel's protected, the mechanism's simple, they last thousands of lights. I've tested lighters stored over 10 years, still work perfectly. In barter economy, lighters become perfect trading units. They're small, standardized, everyone immediately understands their value. During Yugoslavia's collapse, a single lighter traded for enough food to feed a family weekly. Not because lighters were initially rare, but people quickly realized without reliable fire, you can't boil water, cook food, stay warm, or signal for help. My setup, I buy 50 packs on sale, not fancy designs, just basic solid color Bics. Then distribute everywhere. Truck, bug-out bag, jacket pockets, hidden caches. 2. Needle and thread. This makes people laugh until they think hard. When did you last sew anything? Now imagine your jacket tears, backpack strap breaks, last work pants split at seams, and there's no store, no Amazon, nothing. That torn jacket isn't inconvenience anymore. It's the difference between warmth and hypothermia. Clothing and gear degrade fast when used hard daily. Without repairability, you're watching survival capability erode one rip at a time. But needle and thread isn't just fixing clothes. In emergency medicine, when hospitals are overwhelmed or non-existent, stitching wounds could save lives. I'm not suggesting surgery, but basic wound closure with sterilized thread has been standard field medicine for centuries. A sewing kit the size of playing cards can repair hundreds of items, weighs almost nothing, never expires, requires zero power. Compare that to duct tape. Bulky, temporary, once used, it's gone. Needle and thread gets used repeatedly. I learned this during a 2016 two-week backpacking trip. My pack shoulder strap started separating day 3. Tried duct tape, lasted 4 hours. Finally found someone with needle and thread. Spent 20 minutes on proper repair. That fix still holds today. Permanent repairs beat temporary patches every time long term. 3. Zip ties. Everyone thinks about rope and paracord, and those matter. But zip ties are the secret weapon most preppers ignore. They're valuable because of speed and security. You can secure, attach, or repair something in seconds, even with cold, wet, or injured hands. Try tying good knots when fingers are numb or you're working in darkness. Nearly impossible. Zip ties create permanent, incredibly strong connections. A quality 8-inch zip tie holds over 50 pounds. Heavy-duty ones handle 175 pounds. That's stronger than most rope knots, never loosens, never comes undone, never fails from vibration or movement. In collapse situations, security becomes paramount. Zip ties quickly secure doors, create improvised locks, bind materials for shelter construction, even serve as emergency medical devices for splinting broken bones. They're completely weather-resistant. During the 2021 Texas freeze, I watched my neighbor try securing a tarp over his broken window with rope in freezing wind. Took almost an hour, didn't hold properly. I handed him zip ties, problem solved in 5 minutes. He tried paying me $50 for that pack right then. That's when you know something has real value. 4. Aluminum foil. This sounds basic, and that's exactly the point. When everything complex stops working, simple becomes genius. Regular aluminum foil becomes absolutely priceless in collapse, not for reasons you're thinking. First, it's the ultimate heat multiplier. When fuel becomes scarce, aluminum foil doubles or triples heating efficiency. Wrap it behind heat sources as a reflector. Put it under sleeping bags, reflecting body heat upward. Line cardboard with it, creating solar ovens that cook food without any fuel. I've baked bread in cardboard boxes lined with aluminum foil using just sunlight. No electricity, gas, or wood, just sun and foil. Aluminum foil is completely waterproof and creates immediate vapor barriers. In survival situations, moisture is the enemy. It breeds bacteria, ruins food, destroys equipment, causes hypothermia. Simple foil sheets protect critical items from moisture better than most purpose-built gear. Wrap matches, ammunition, electronics, medicines. That thin foil layer could mean the difference between usable supplies and worthless junk. Here's what nobody considers until needed: signaling. Aluminum foil sheets can be seen from miles away as signal mirrors. They can be shaped into cones, amplifying sound, mark trails, create emergency markers, even serve as fishing lures during search and rescue operations. Medical applications are incredible too. Aluminum foil is naturally antibacterial and serves as emergency sterile barriers. Emergency rooms in developing countries use aluminum foil exactly this way when supplies run low. What really makes aluminum foil valuable in collapse? It's consumable, but incredibly efficient. Single rolls contain about 75 square feet of material. Unlike most prep items, everyone immediately understands its value because everyone's used it before. 5. Hydrogen peroxide. This is the sleeper item worth its weight in gold, literally. When medical infrastructure collapses, infection becomes the #1 killer. Not violence, not starvation, infection. A simple cut getting infected can kill you in a world without antibiotics. That's where hydrogen peroxide becomes a lifesaver. Most people think of hydrogen peroxide as stuff that bubbles on cuts, but it's so much more. It's one of the only truly broad-spectrum disinfectants safe for human use. It kills bacteria, viruses, fungi, and spores. When medical care might be days or weeks away or might not exist at all, properly disinfecting wounds is literally life and death. But hydrogen peroxide isn't just for wounds. It can purify water in emergencies. 2 tablespoons of 3% hydrogen peroxide per gallon of water, let sit 30 minutes, and you've killed most pathogens. Is it as good as proper purification tablets? No. But when those run out and you're choosing between questionable water and dehydration, hydrogen peroxide could save your life. Here's what most never consider: food safety. In collapse, refrigeration fails, food storage becomes critical. Hydrogen peroxide can wash vegetables, disinfect cutting surfaces, even extend certain foods' shelf life. During the Soviet collapse, people who understood chemistry used hydrogen peroxide, keeping food safe when refrigeration disappeared. It's also an incredible cleaning agent when soap becomes scarce. It cleans and disinfects surfaces, tools, and equipment without toxic residue. It breaks down into water and oxygen. Completely safe, completely non-toxic. Here's the prep hack nobody talks about. Buy small brown bottles, keep them sealed, store in cool, dark places, and they'll maintain potency for years. 6. Sewing machine oil. This sounds weird until you understand what actually fails first in collapse. It's not big dramatic stuff. It's small mechanical failures cascading into big problems. Every tool, weapon, equipment piece you're counting on has moving parts. Moving parts need lubrication or they seize and become useless. Sewing machine oil is the perfect lightweight, long-lasting, multi-purpose lubricant. It's designed for precision equipment, meaning it doesn't gum up, doesn't attract dirt, maintains viscosity in extreme temperatures. One small bottle can maintain dozens of critical tools for years. Think about what happens when your knife won't open because the pivot seized. When your firearm's action sticks, hand tools bind, door locks stop working smoothly. In normal times, you buy new ones or get them serviced. In collapse, that seized tool might cost your life. Here's why sewing machine oil specifically is so valuable. It's incredibly pure and lightweight. Unlike WD-40, which is actually a solvent that can damage certain materials, or heavy oils attracting dirt and debris, sewing machine oil is designed for delicate, precise mechanisms. It works on everything from firearms to fishing reels to medical instruments. During Hurricane Katrina disaster relief, one of the biggest problems people faced weeks after wasn't food or water. It was equipment failure due to moisture and lack of maintenance. Tools rusted, locks seized, generators failed. The few people with any oil became incredibly popular. One guy traded single ounces of sewing machine oil for cases of MREs. That's how valuable lubrication becomes when everything's breaking down. I keep sewing machine oil in small dropper bottles distributed through all my kits. A 2-ounce bottle takes up almost no space but can maintain all critical tools for months. 7. Safety pins. If you think safety pins are just for holding fabric together, you're missing 90% of their survival value. These tiny pieces of bent metal become incredibly valuable problem solvers when manufacturing stops and improvisation becomes survival. Safety pins are the ultimate micro tool. They function as fishing hooks, trap triggers, lock picks, electrical connectors, surgical instruments, and dozens of other applications. They're made of spring steel, meaning they're incredibly strong for their size and maintain shape under stress. In emergency medicine, safety pins can be sterilized and used for everything from removing splinters to draining infections to securing bandages. During World War I, field medics considered safety pins essential equipment. They weigh nothing, take up no space, and solve medical problems that would otherwise require specialized tools. But broken zippers on jackets or sleeping bags are serious problems in cold weather. Safety pins fix them instantly. Torn gear, broken straps, failed fasteners. Safety pins can temporarily or permanently solve all these problems. They're reusable, adjustable, incredibly versatile. Large safety pins can secure doors, create improvised alarms. In a world where every problem requires improvisation, safety pins are the ultimate improvisation tool. I buy safety pins by the thousand in various sizes. Small ones for precision work and medical applications, large ones for gear repair and security. Stored properly, they last forever and take up almost no space. 8. Chapstick and lip balm. Here's something people don't realize until experiencing it. When you're outdoors constantly exposed to wind, sun, cold, and dry air, your lips crack, not a little uncomfortable dryness, deep bleeding cracks making eating painful, drinking difficult, leaving you vulnerable to serious infection. Chapstick isn't just about comfort, though comfort matters more than people think in survival. It's about maintaining integrity of one of your body's most vulnerable areas. Your lips have some of the thinnest skin with tons of blood vessels close to the surface. When they crack and bleed, you're creating open infection pathways right near your mouth. But Chapstick has survival applications way beyond lip care. It's an excellent fire starter when applied to cotton or cloth. The petroleum or wax base burns hot and long, giving precious extra seconds to get tinder going. It can waterproof matches, protect metal from rust, lubricate zippers, stop bleeding from small cuts, even provide emergency calories if desperate enough. Chapstick is excellent preventative for blisters. Apply it to hot spots on feet before they become blisters, and the lubrication prevents friction causing them. The simple act of applying Chapstick, having that moment of relief and normalcy, can help maintain mental stability in extremely stressful situations. Never underestimate small comfort's power in maintaining the will to survive. During the Afghanistan conflict, Chapstick became such a valuable commodity among troops, it was often included in care packages specifically for trading. One tube of good Chapstick could trade for premium items because everyone understood its value in that harsh environment. 9. Dental floss. Stop thinking about dental floss as just tooth cleaning and start seeing it as one of the strongest, most versatile cordages you can carry. Dental floss is essentially very thin, very strong fishing line optimized for durability and safety in the human mouth. That makes it incredibly valuable for survival applications. Unwaxed version has tensile strength of about 6 to 8 pounds. Waxed version handles 10-12 pounds. That might not sound like much, but for its size and weight, it's incredibly strong. Unlike regular thread, dental floss is designed to resist moisture, bacteria, and breaking under tension. In medical emergencies, dental floss can be used for sutures. It's already designed to be safe in the mouth, strong enough to hold wound edges together, thin enough to minimize scarring. During the Vietnam War, field medics regularly used dental floss for emergency sutures when medical supplies ran low. But survival applications go way beyond medical use. Dental floss makes excellent fishing line, snare wire for small game, tripwire for perimeter alarms. You can use it to repair gear, sew heavy materials that would destroy regular thread, even cut through materials like foam or soft plastics using sawing motions. I always carry small dental floss in my pocket kit, wrapped it through eyelets several times, tied it off, and it held perfectly for remaining miles, plus another 2 weeks of daily use before I bothered replacing it. 10. Vinegar. White vinegar might be the most undervalued prep item in existence. When people think about collapse, they think dramatic needs like self-defense and shelter. But the silent killer in prolonged crises is poor sanitation and contaminated surfaces. Vinegar is your weapon against both. Vinegar is a natural disinfectant killing most bacteria, many viruses, and virtually all mold. In a world without bleach or commercial cleaners, vinegar becomes your primary defense against pathogens that actually kill most people in prolonged disasters. Cholera, dysentery, typhoid. These diseases thrive when sanitation breaks down. Vinegar stops them, but it's incredibly versatile beyond cleaning. Vinegar can preserve food through pickling, extending vegetable life for months without refrigeration. During the Great Depression, families survived on pickled vegetables when fresh food was unavailable. The acidic environment prevents bacterial growth and preserves nutrients. Medically, vinegar has dozens of applications. It treats fungal infections, soothes insect bites, reduces fever through evaporative cooling, even helps regulate blood sugar in diabetics. It's been used as medicine for thousands of years because it works and it's safe. Here's what most never consider. Vinegar can neutralize chemical irritants like pepper spray or tear gas residue. In civil unrest situations, this knowledge could be invaluable. It can also remove rust from tools, unclog drains, even serve as battery electrolyte in emergencies. The beauty of vinegar is incredible shelf stability. Properly stored, vinegar lasts essentially forever. It doesn't require refrigeration, doesn't degrade, and actually becomes more valuable over time as other cleaning and medical supplies run out.